Marlene Ballantyne, welcome to the Early to Rise show with your son, Craig Ballantyne.
Right.
Are you excited to be here?
Oh, yes.
Very
yes.
excited.
Yeah.
First time YouTuber right here. She's going to have a lot of fun on the show. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, where you grew up, what you like to do when you were a youngin'?
Well, I grew up on a farm not far from here.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to a one-room public school for 7 years, not the school that we were supposed to go to. And in the
Why not? You were supposed to...
Because my dad, we were closer to the school, but my dad had connections, so we went to that school. But in grade 8, I was removed from that school and had to go.
Okay, well, slow down. You got removed. I thought I was the one getting in trouble at school.
No,
Did you get in
trouble?
trouble?
No, I didn't get in trouble. The school had too many kids, and we had to go to the proper school.
How many kids were at it, like 30?
Oh, 30, 40, yes. And it was a one-room school and one teacher that taught all 8 grades.
What was your favorite subject?
Singing when the music teacher came.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and so I had to go to the Wartburg School for 1 year, and I wasn't very happy because all my friends were at Seabox Hill School.
All right, so what did you like to do when you were young? Did you like to sing and dance? Did you play any sports?
I was never really into the sports.
Mm-hmm.
Loved to go up to Grand Bend, our nearest beach area.
Really?
We used to go up there. A bunch
How did you
of
get
us
up there?
Oh, there was different people that used to drive.
Oh, okay.
We had a group. We used to we had open air dances when I was younger, and we went to a lot of open air dances. Country dancing, it has to be country dancing, nothing else. Country music is my favorite.
You line dance now, right?
I can line dance now, yes, but I don't have anybody to dance with now. But anyways.
So then after high school, you went across Canada on a trip with your friend. Tell us about why you guys decided to do that journey.
I was already working then, and my friend Janice, who lived in Hamilton, had relatives all across Canada, so we decided to drive out to Vancouver. So we...
How old were you? 22?
I
Older?
was 21, I think.
Oh, wow.
I was 21, and we drove No, I was older than that. I think I was 25. And we drove all the way to Saskatoon, stayed with relatives there. Then we went on to Vancouver. We stayed in Surrey, Vancouver. I remember that. She had relatives there. And we went over to the island, toured around there. And then we drove back through the States and went to, what is that big park down there?
Yellowstone.
Yeah, we went to Yellowstone.
Did you go to Mount Rushmore?
Yes, we saw that too. And then on the way home, it was getting really late at night, and we just pulled off to the side of the road and slept in a parking lot, which you would never do today. Never, never, never.
Do you have any brothers and sisters? I should know this, but you don't.
I had 4 brothers. No, well, actually I had 5 brothers. The first one he died before any of us were born. And so I had 4 brothers, and one has already passed away. Mm-hmm. So, and I was the only girl. Always had to help my mom, so I didn't do a lot of chores in the barn.
Oh, I see. All right, so how did you meet this Howie Ballantyne guy, my dad?
Well, there's a thing called junior farmers, and there still is, and at dances and stuff. And Dave Murray, his best friend, went with one of my best friends, Linda Reel, and so we met that way.
Oh, okay. And then, you can't see this right now, but there's a wedding picture. Way up there. It might be blurred out. But tell us about your wedding. You got married in January, right?
Yes, January, because we had to have all the crops done. He was a farmer.
Oh.
So we got married in January. It was kind of a stormy day, and we had our reception in a hall.
Did you get married at the same church that your daughter got married at?
Same church I've always gone to for years.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, so you had your reception there too?
The wedding was there, and the reception was in Sebringville, just a few miles down the road.
Okay. All right. Now, we haven't had my sister on the show yet, but why don't you tell us about my sister, what she was like as a kid?
She was the one that came home from school with notes saying that she talked too much. And I can't
and too loud.
And I can't believe that, because now I think he talks too much.
There you go.
Yeah, they were pretty good kids, pretty content. I went back to work when he was 4, she was 6. Howie would go to the barn and do the chores. They were left in the house all by themselves, which you would probably never do with kids nowadays, you know. They just sat there, read, and watched TV.
I played with tractors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They never got in the cupboards like you hear some kids getting into the cupboards. They just didn't bother.
Well, I knew where the chocolate chips were.
Oh, well,
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So then what did you think she was going to be when she grew up?
You know, I never really thought of that. I don't know. Like, that was her choice. Like, I never really thought.
Huh.
The only thing I thought about you, though.
Yeah. What, you worried about me?
No, because you read so much all the time.
Yeah.
That's all you were doing was reading.
So tell some stories about me as a youngster.
Well, I can remember when he played hockey, and he came home the first time saying that the kids told me I couldn't skate, and he skated with the hockey stick. That kept him up. But he went on to be pretty good left defense, right? And he did score a few goals there.
Yeah.
What
else?
And when he was in school, I can remember him coming home one day and saying, I got sent down to the principal's office, and of course I says, well, what did you do? It was for reading. There was 2 other kids with him that were sent down because they were well advanced in reading. But that's all he did at home was read books, picture books. You know.
I would read the encyclopedia because I was so boring. You know, sometimes when there was nothing to do on the farm, we didn't have cable TV, and there really wasn't much on TV, and I would just eventually just run out of things to do. Now that when I got sent to the principal's office, it was 1st grade, and these 2 other kids were going to the principal's office for reading, and I didn't like that because I wanted the attention for reading too. So I taught myself how to read, I think, and
Really?
was able to do it. But I remember you at night. You would teach Alicia her multiplication tables.
Oh.
And I learned it then too, even though it was like 2 years in advance, because I didn't want her to be smarter than me, I think. Yeah. So what did you think I was going to be when I grew up?
Well, because he read so much, and we had this anchorman that grew up in Stratford, and he read on the CTV news all the time, Lloyd Robinson. You probably heard of him because he traveled all across Canada. And I thought that was the job for him, to read the news.
Like Will Ferrell in Anchorman.
Yeah.
Yes, I was going to be the Anchorman. Well, you never told me that.
No, I never told anybody that, but that's what I thought in my head.
And then how much did you worry when I went to university to get a kinesiology degree?
Well, I didn't worry. I thought, well, he knows what he's doing, so.
Oh, I remember, so I worked at a factory, which is where, so Mom worked inside in the offices, and I remember working there one summer, and you said to me, I swear, you said to me, why can't you just get a job as an accountant? And then you found out that some guy had just gotten a job there, and he had the same degree as me. That was when you were worried, I think.
Oh, well, yeah. I don't even remember that, to tell you the truth.
Oh, okay. How proud of you, how proud of Alicia were you for all the stuff that she did? Alicia's my sister.
Well, pretty proud. Both of them have done very well in their life, you know. They haven't come to me for money.
No. Were you ever worried I'd end up in jail?
No.
Good.
No.
Good.
You guys weren't bad kids. You were fairly good.
All right. Good.
You know.
Good. Well, then, 10 years ago, I brought you this dog. Let's talk about Bally.
Yeah, Bally.
Yeah.
My favorite Bally.
Oh, so he was 6 years old. He's got a picture up on the wall here, and let's talk about your first summer with him. When I would leave him and I would I went on my trips and everything. What'd you guys do without me?
Without you? Because I thought he had to walk so much. So I'd get up in the morning at 6:30 and we'd walk in and out the lane 6 times because I lived in the country on a country road, so I wasn't going to walk him there. So we'd walk in and out the lane early in the morning 6 times. And then and I didn't have to have him on a leash. And there was a river along the laneway, so he'd always go down there and sniff the water and everything. But he was pretty good. He obeyed fairly well.
And then, what was I going to say? Oh, he would always follow you when you were on your bike, Remember?
Yes, yeah.
You had your little helmet on and your little backpack, and you would do circles around the farm, and he would just follow right behind
Yeah. He was more my dog than his after
Yeah.
he left him with me.
Yeah, he certainly
Yeah.
was.
Bally
And
was-
then he would come out to the garden with you?
Oh yeah, like he was good. I could leave him there. And then we moved, when I sold the farm after Howie passed away, I sold the farm and came over here, and he lived with me here, and I could put him out in the backyard and he would sit there and bark for hours. And I'm right
yeah.
across from a subdivision. I'm surprised people didn't call me and tell him to be quiet.
Oh, he's a good dog.
But he was good. I could leave him out and he would never go to the road. We're not that far from the road. He wouldn't go to the road. He was a really good
Only
dog.
once. Remember once he got...
Yeah, once somebody
For
came
some
to the
reason.
door.
And then, so you used to garden with him a lot, right?
Yeah,
He was your little partner in that?
yeah.
Tell us about your gardening. I mean, when I was a kid, I was always amazed. You would sew our clothes all winter, and then as soon as it was gardening time, you'd be out in the garden until 8 o'clock after working all day. So what was your favorite stuff to grow in the garden?
Tomatoes, potatoes, and I did a lot of canning too,
Yeah?
which I still make a fair bit
Yeah?
and give it away.
Tomato soups and
Tomato soup.
sauce?
I have to make tomato soup for my son-in-law. He loves my tomato
yeah.
soup.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and yeah. So the in-laws, the kid in-laws. So Michelle loves the tomato soup, and
Yeah.
my sister's husband Mark loves the tomato soup. So then, well, what did you want to be when you were a kid?
Well, I just wanted to get out of high school and then just get a job. So I got an office job, and that's what I did all my life. I just worked in offices.
And all your brothers were truck drivers, right?
Yeah, well,
What else did you like to do? What else do you like to do?
I love to dance. Oh, I did a lot of skating in my days, but now I'm afraid to go skating too much because
And
if I fall.
cross-country skiing?
I do cross-country ski, yeah. Alicia left her snowshoes here so I can snowshoe.
And we used to play golf a little bit, right?
Yeah,
We golfed a
well,
couple
no.
times.
I used to play golf once a year when I worked at the German factory because they had this big social thing.
Yeah, but we went golfing a couple times.
Yeah, maybe we did, yeah. But they're sitting downstairs now.
Yeah. What did you think of my friends when I was in high school? Which one did you like the most?
Oh, Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy I saw most. Brad Beal, you used to see him.
Yeah.
Who else did you used to see? Well, I mean, the kids that you went to school, like Brian Aitchison on the back road there.
Mm-hmm.
He was the closest neighbor that you used to hang out with. So.
And so what do you think I actually do for work?
Yeah, I never know how to actually describe that.
So I was a personal trainer for a while.
Yeah, well, I always say he's kind of a mentor to help people start their business. That's what I say. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
grow the business. So I was a personal trainer for a while, and then sold all the videos online, and then moved to doing this now. And so have you read any of my books?
Yeah, that very first one.
The first one.
I've never read the others.
That's all right. But you've come to some of my seminars?
Yes, yes.
Came to one of the fitness ones in San Diego?
I must say, the very first time I went to one, I'm sitting down there in the audience and I'm saying, who is that guy up there? I don't know him, because I never seen him talk so much.
That's right. Don't talk too much around here.
No, when he comes home here, he doesn't hardly talk at all. Are you talked out?
No, I just like to read. That's all.
Yeah, right.
Just like to read. All right, as we wrap up this interview with Mom, what would be the piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Always get a good education. Surround yourself with really nice people. Follow your dreams.
Yep.
And yeah, that's about it.
Nice, nice. And for everybody out there who's struggling, what would you say to them?
Follow him on Instagram or whatever he's on.
I love it. Thank you, Mom.
All right.